Hello every single one of you and welcome in today's video. In today's video we are going to talk about the Bitcoin price action, which is right now blasting through a major resistance level. We are also going to talk about the 16-year cycle, a theory that I already have been talking about since Bitcoin was trading right here in the previous bear market. We are going to have a chat about Will Portal, and I'm going to show you the altcoins which I think are going to explode after Bitcoin finished this rally. So guys, let's jump straight into it. Well, first of all, guys, let's just start off with the Bitcoin price action. Bitcoin price action is just looking very beautiful, very strong, and I guess a lot of people in the space have not really been anticipating such a move. And yeah, I have to tell you guys, this is starting to look more and more like the 16-year cycle where we have been talking already about very early on right here. What is the 16-year cycle? The 16-year cycle basically is a early acceleration, a very much accelerated bear market which lasts shorter, a very accelerated bull market which lasts shorter than previous bull markets. So you can already see the narratives right now. We have super cycle going on, right? Which is like a Bitcoin maybe going to $500,000 US. I don't think necessarily that's going to be the case in this cycle. I think it's very much possible that we are going to see a 16-year cycle, which basically means that we most likely are going to top this year. So I have drawn it a little bit on the charts right here. And what you can see normally is that a bull market, and I made basically a separate video about this as well. So if you want to have more information on this, make sure to check that out. But basically any bull market is 3 years up, 1 year down, 3 years up, 1 year down, 3 years up, 1 year down, except for the last one, which is the last one of a 16-year cycle. That is a 1 or 1.5 year up, followed by 2.5, maybe even 3 years down. This is exactly the same pattern. This whole 16-year cycle is exactly the same pattern that the dot-com bubble did. When the price of the dot-com bubble internet companies went down, we also saw that the adoption still increased. So this is also still possible within those means. And I personally think that Bitcoin is going to top, have a bull market top in this yellow area right here. I don't think that that there is going to be a super cycle, although it is possible. I don't think that that is necessarily the case. Well, we have seen Bitcoin bouncing also off recently. It's really blasting through some resistance levels. So right now we are blasting to the 78.60%, and that is just showing in what kind of acceleration Bitcoin is. So also when you look at this price action, we pretty quickly go back to the previous all-time high after a 1 year bear market. It almost took a little bit longer than 1 year. Well, generally in previous bull markets, it took way longer than 1.5 years to get back to the previous all-time high and to break it. Right now, we're almost already there. So you can clearly see that right now the price action is just very, very different. And we also have been predicting, guys, that Bitcoin is going to bounce. And I'm going to explain a little bit on this. This was actually shared in the free Telegram channel that you can join with the link down below. But what we could see right here is that selling pressure is decreasing. Bitcoin is bouncing from support. I'll show you there's a blue support line from a support and resistance indicator. Momentum waves came down very hard, as you can see right here. A little bit better. Momentum index is at support, the 0 line, so we could bounce from there as well. So this was the first image, and this was when Bitcoin was trading way lower. Bitcoin was trading at, let me have a look right here, at $51,000 US. When Bitcoin was trading around these levels, we already shared, yeah, right now is the first moment where we could actually see a bounce. But right now I'm thinking bounce is the wrong word, because it's just a continuational pattern from this consolidation, right? So we went sideways, bam, we just went higher. But the first moment, guys, to see that this could break higher was over on Whale Portal, and I'm going to show you that in more detail. But let's just go into it. But I first want to share with you something that one of the new subscribers of Whale Portal shared, and he says, first day of being subscribed to Whale Portal Pro, and I can tell you one thing about it. This is the absolute pinnacle of trading dashboard. Great respect for the team behind this. Well, thank you very much. I like to share these positive notes because I'm also very proud of the product that we built, and I also think that this is right now the best product over on the internet that can help you make price predictions on Bitcoin. So what we can see right here, guys, if we scroll down on the daily time frame, it's a little bit macro, we can see very easily already with this heat map that every time the intensity of the red is decreasing, the price has space to go up. So here we go up, then the red intensity is increasing, price moves sideways until it decreases right here, price moves up, right? Decrease right here, price moves up. We come down sideways, touch the support. The blue and red lines are basically support levels. Low intensity red is decreasing. Bam, we move up. And here we also have a decrease in intensity red here. The recent pump, only that is not too good visible on the daily time frame, but it is more visible on the 4-hour time frame. And this is also exactly what I've shared. So we have here the intensity red. The intensity of the red is getting less intense, and when we zoom in, you can see that our support and resistance indicator, which is the red line right here, is the resistance, the blue line is the support. We can see that Bitcoin is holding that support. We tapped it right there. The intensity red is decreasing. While we tapping that, we can see bullish cross in the momentum waves coming up right here, and we have a very short dip in the negative right here on the volume momentum index, a very short dip, which is beautiful because this one, actually you can just see this as real waves. When you are on a wave in the ocean, you also got to check your position. You got to check whether other people are taking or surfing that wave. You got to check the strength of that wave. You got to lay good. You got to pedal at the right time. And this is basically an analogy for what we are doing at Whale Portal. So for example, you can check with the sentiment. You can check how much other people are pedaling the same wave that you are looking for, right? And here you can already see that the sentiment was more neutral, and neutral actually made the price also go up. Right now it's starting to become more bullish, and maybe in the bull market when the sentiment is bullish, price can still go up a little bit. I will talk about that in a sec, but yeah, here you can already see the sentiment turns from bullish a little bit more neutral, so people starting to doubt the price action a little bit. The wave is starting to come because the wave has been coming down and is starting to come up right here. Similar with the volume momentum index, it's coming down. And if you go to the shorter term time frame, it might be even easier to see that. So in the shorter term time frame, you could already see right here, it went from the negative coming into positive right here. So this would be a very much moment where you could turn bullish, as we have spent some time in the negative and then we are going to spend some time in the positive, because that's how waves work. We go from negative to positive, from up to down, right? And when the wave is down, you don't want to be in a long position. You want to wait and you want to look for whenever the wave is coming up. Then you want to look for long positions, and you want to get confirmations in the exchange data. You want to get confirmations in what other people in the markets are doing. You want confirmations in the momentum waves right here. So that's why this is so powerful, because you can do this in the shorter term time frame. You can do this in the longer term time frame. Also, the support resistance levels, you can see very clearly right here. You can just take that blue line, use that as support, enter and support, and then afterwards price taking off. It's not always going to be that easy, of course, but if you understand this data and you understand the market conditions, then for me personally, there is no better tool to know exactly where to enter, when to enter, what's going on with the markets. And basically the most important question, what is the direction of the price going to be? This is the most important question. Is the direction going to be up? Is the direction going to be down? Is there more risk to the upside? Is there more risk to the downside? These are very important questions you gotta ask. Then I want to add guys the Bitcoin ETF inflow, and let's go to the daily time frame. We are right now tracking Bitcoin ETF inflows. So we can see right here already that the ETF inflow, and that is basically millions of US dollars flowing into Bitcoin ETFs, and then the Bitcoin ETFs managers, they gotta buy that physical Bitcoin because the Bitcoin ETF is backed up by physical Bitcoin. As you can see, this is increasing as well. The price goes up. Here also, it is increasing. The price goes up. So I definitely, although this is a very short sample, I definitely think there is a correlation between the price going up and the ETF inflow. So this is very interesting to see. The ETF inflow, guys, you can just see for free over on the homepage. Here you can see the Bitcoin ETF inflow over on worldportal.com, together with a lot of things. Of course, the pro charts right now are for subscribers. So yeah, guys, if you like to subscribe to World Portal as well, we still have spots left for the first 100 users that will get a 35% discount for a lifetime. And even if you pay yearly, you can get a higher discount than 35%. Definitely interested to check that out, guys. Now let's go back to Bitcoin. And yeah, guys, so what's next for Bitcoin? And what is the 16-year cycle predicting? Well, if we go to the daily time frame right here, we can see already that this acceleration in Bitcoin is just kind of crazy. Bitcoin is just going up. And personally, I think this might continue until we top. So we don't really get a top anymore like we have seen in 2019, where we had massive acceleration, top. We had to recover for a year and then start the real bull market where breaking previous all-time high. I don't think right now it really looks like that. It looks right now that Bitcoin just wants to, is entering that blow off top phase very, very early. And like I said, that we also potentially top very early. So it really depends on the previous all-time high, because this is going to be a massive resistance level for Bitcoin. And if we already entered that level with such an acceleration and such overextended move, it's going to be interesting to see whether Bitcoin can break that or whether Bitcoin will get rejected by that. The level below us, guys, is the 78.60%, is at 57,000, probably 56,900 something. That is going to be the most important level below us. If Bitcoin does something like this, where we just lose this level again decisively, then yeah, we might have a midterm top in the Bitcoin price, and we might going to see a bigger correction in the month of March. I would personally like to see the following. I would like to see Bitcoin consolidating right here at the previous all-time high. If this were to happen, we are going to see a lot of money flowing to altcoins, if you ask me. If we can consolidate and hold high levels at previous all-time highs, and then eventually can break above it, that would be very beautiful. Where Bitcoin is going to top, I really don't know, but I do think in terms of timing, I don't think it will take that long anymore for Bitcoin to really get a top. Might be end of this year, might be the middle of this year, depends how crazy Bitcoin goes, but I definitely think it's possible for Bitcoin, or actually probable or likely, to see a top this year. And the strong thing about this analysis, guys, is that analysis has already been made right here. So we already have been anticipating, bottom month 47, early acceleration, which will go different than other bull markets. It will just go accelerate. It will just accelerate basically until we have a blow off top, instead of having a mini bull market, mini bear market, and then the real bull market. I think right now it really looks like we are seeing the real bull market. Okay, then let's go into some altcoins. First of all, let's go to XRP. I think XRP is looking very beautiful, guys. I'm not really a fan fundamentally of this token, as many of you know, but if we go to the weekly time frame right here, this is also a token that we have been calling over on Will Alerts, and we actually have a buy at this blue zone, so we are already in profit. But as you can see, this structure on the weekly time frame is a very nice triangle structure with a grind up from the support. When we bring out the indicators, we can see that the volume momentum index is coming up. We get the momentum indicators coming up as well. And generally speaking, and this is also something that I personally very much like, is that seasonality, the month of March, is often a period where XRP pump. So right here we also got in March this massive pump, also after a grind on the early stage of the year. March, massive pump, right? So this is possible that we are going to see something similar like that as well. So XRP is something that I'm definitely looking at. Audi is doing pretty good as well, still holding pretty high. I don't like to re-enter at these high levels, but I think Audi is looking good. Dogecoin is looking very good, guys. I think Dogecoin is looking similar as to XRP. You can see this is coming up, momentum indicator is coming up. Let me zoom in on the price action. This is also shared over on Will Alerts. We had an entry right before we broke back into this wedge. As you can see, this green line right here was basically what I expected the price to do. We did reach the target of this falling wedge formation with that dip. So, but there's way more potential upside right here for Dodge. As you can see, this is kind of like a bottoming formation. And I think Dodge can see pretty much higher levels when we can see an altcoin season. So whenever that scenario occurs that Bitcoin is going to consolidate sideways, I definitely think a lot of altcoins can blow up, and one of them is Doge and one of them is XRP. But also I think, guys, some DeFi tokens can do pretty good. And one token that I'm personally very interested in, or was very interested in, and I was a bit disappointed by the price action, is Level token. I'm still holding this token. I'm not associated with the token at all. But what we basically see with this token is that this is one of the tokens that actually has a product, a decentralized exchange, similar as to Apex, similar as to DYDX. And well, we all know what Apex, for example, did. If we look at Apex, we have seen a massive expansion in Apex, also decentralized exchange. And I just think this token is very undervalued, because at launch it was trading at roughly 10 US dollars right here, or even 11. And now it has been retracing to 35 cents. And if you can see, the market cap of this token is like 4 to 5 million US dollars. But the amount of fees that the exchange already collected is over 30 million. So I see a gap there in fundamentals, but you do have to realize that sometimes people are not investing based on fundamentals, right? It's more difficult to buy this token than to buy, for example, Apex, because you can do that on Bybit, or to buy DYDX, which we also have a nice trade on. Why? We had a nice entry the moment we broke this declining resistance. This one is going up, almost reaching our target as well. Definitely expect this to reach our target very, very soon, especially when Bitcoin is going to consolidate. But to be honest, guys, I think this can even go higher, because decentralized exchanges like DYDX, GMX, Level, Apex, I think they will all do pretty good, because they got so much regulations right now. My BitGet account is being closed because I'm based in the Netherlands. My Bybit account is being limited because I'm based in the Netherlands, all because of regulations. And of course, people from the United States, from Canada, from Holland, from the United Kingdom, they're all going to look for different solutions. And one of the solutions is going to be decentralized exchanges. You're just going to log in with your MetaMask so you can trade, right? You carry a little bit more responsibility, but at least you have the possibility to trade. So yeah, guys, that was it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you have any questions for me about the 16-year cycle, about Will Portal, about anything, drop them in the comment section down below, and later today I will read your comments and I will try to answer all the questions that you have, as I'm not uploading everyday videos anymore. Then for the ones that are interested in joining Will Portal Pro, make sure to check willportal.com. You can just sign up for a free account where you can already have some futures. If you want a pro account, you still can have the discounted version. That's only for the first 100 users, and there are still some spots left. So for anyone interested in that, you can check willportal.com. Then, guys, I want to wish every single one of you a very beautiful day today, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.